Continuing our candidate profiles for the upcoming municipal election on November 2nd, New News spoke with Incumbent Vicki Danberg, who is hoping to retain her seat as the Ward 6 Councilor-at-Large against incumbent Alicia Bowman and newcomer Lisa Gordon.
Victoria Danberg has lived in Newton Center since 1977. To her, this village is more than just a home. From the benches to even the trees, this city councilor-at-large said that it was because of this center that sent her to a life of public service.
We love Newton Center. My family grew up here. I have 3 children. They went to the Newton Public Schools. We were in a funny little zone where they could either go to Bowen or Mason Rice. They chose Mason Rice because all of their preschool friends were going to Mason Rice. So we had wonderful years at Mason Rice Elementary School and later on too.
Danberg was first elected back in 2004, meaning that she has served on the city council for over 17 years. During that period of time, she has watched the city grow and has made an effort to be part of that growth, namely in the restaurant boom in Newton Center.
One of the great things that we have changed about Newton Center, and I'm going to say since 2004 when I came onto the board, is that we really didn't have a lot of restaurant activity here in Newton Center and all over Newton, but especially in Newton Center. We now have wonderful restaurants. This is a go-to place for restaurant activity.
The COVID-19 pandemic has put strain on restaurants, as many of them had to be shut down due to safety precautions. The city of Newton countered this by promoting more outdoor eating, which has been very successful during the spring and summer. Danberg says that this outdoor eating has shown optimism and a second restaurant boom in Newton.
And one of the things that came out of COVID that's very interesting with all of the need to be outdoors is that for years we have been, a number of us, and I've been very active in this, have been approaching the city to allow outdoor eating. Get umbrellas all over the streets. Let's get people on the streets. And COVID did this for us. We now have I think it's 30 to 40 spaces that have been taken up by platforms so that they can be accessible to wheelchairs and people who have mobility issues.
As a city councilor-at-large, Danberg is also responsible for helping other communities in Newton, and she sees the potential for having vibrant parks and businesses just like her home village.
I have been interested in trying to get the outdoor eating all over the city in greater numbers than we have now. Yes, absolutely. Nonantum, every village, every single village would be a wonderful place to have outdoor seating and outdoor eating.
Danberg also says that the Newton Center train station plays an important part of her life. Her husband takes it every day to work, and it's not too far from their home, about 1 block away. She said that in the early 2000s, the train station was in need of dire repair, and she spent most of her time as city councilor focusing on restoring and rebuilding said station.
When about 10 years ago, when the building was sold, the MBTA sold the building to a private party. The private party was willing to spend the money to have it done, but we had to get all of the MBTA, all of the city, all of the, mostly T and transportation, Department of Transportation people in the same room to be able to move forward. We finally got it done, and now if you go on Brayland, you can see the rear of this building has been completely restored and renovated, and I think we as a city should be very proud of doing that.
For some, 17 years feels like an eon of time. But for Victoria Danberg, she says that she is just getting started, and she hopes to have more years of experience under her belt.
I enjoy what I do. I truly enjoy being a city councilor. It's a job where you have many, many varied things. No 2 days are the same. No 2 years are the same. No 2 seasons are the same.
Adam Bass, Newton News, Newton Center.